At this point, this video is an annual tradition, talking about how the Clippers look dangerous and scary and they can creep up on some teams. Well, that's exactly what I'm finna do in this video. Talk about that. Because Harden, of course, is playing great. It's the regular season. Playoffs ain't start yet. And Kawhi Leonard, I ain't gonna lie, after starting off the year looking like prime Nicholas Batum, now he's looking like superstar Kawhi Leonard again. And with Zubac right there in the paint, I ain't gonna hold you, the Clippers actually look a little bit, just a little bit scary and dangerous.
Hey,
Put that on that beat. Nope.
Now off rip, I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I do not think the Clippers are coming out the West. Let's just get that out the way right now. We all know in the playoffs, I ain't trusting no James Harden to make it to the NBA Finals or Kawhi Leonard's kneecaps. Neither of those things are realistic. Let's be honest here. But what I will say, the play of some of the guys on this team gotta be talked about. I mean, we talk about career seasons. Two of the guys on this team are definitely having career years in Zubac and Norman Powell. Norman Powell's been one of the best shooters in the league this year. He's shooting like 42% on over 7 attempts a game from behind the arc. Shout out to him. The defense may not be there, but they do have a lot of other good defenders. And we talking about holding it down. Shout out to the big fella down low, Zubac. Hell, there's been a lot of conversations online about how good has Zubac been this season and where does he rank among the best centers in the NBA. Of course, this season he has got to be a top 10 center in the league, and he is pushing those rankings every single night. He's averaging nearly 17 a game, along with 13 rebounds, a block and a half, and is shooting 62% from the field. The pick and roll chemistry that he has got with James Harden is arguably the best that Harden has had with any other big he's ever played with. I truly don't think people even understand just how good James Harden plays when he's got a lob catching big, and Zubac has been the perfect one for him this season. And low-key people sleeping on Zubac's passing ability. I think his passing has been decent this season, way above his normal standards. And it isn't just the pick and rolls that Zubac is thriving in. I mean, some of it is also just touches in the post. Whether it's the hooks, the floaters, he has some nice touch down low. And the fact that he has become a decent self-creator in the post this season has definitely been a huge plus for this Clippers offense. And in a playoff situation where the game is going to slow down, he's going to benefit from the fact that now he has Kawhi Leonard there to alleviate even more pressure off of him. I'm actually really proud of what Zubac has been able to put up this season because it is a true definition of the growth he has had over the course of his entire career, to be quite honest with you. I still remember when he was in LA and he was just Zubac, when all he used to do was just block shots and foul, but now he has truly grown into being one of the better bigs in the league. I'm also liking what I'm seeing from some of the other role players on the team. Bogdanovic actually looks like a legitimate NBA player again. After starting off the season terrible, the man is now shooting 40% from 3 with the Clippers on 5 attempts a game. Shout out to him. You talk about 3-point shooting, it ain't just him, by the way. You got Derrick Jones Jr. shooting a career high from 3. Amir Coffey is shooting 41% from 3 on nearly 4 attempts a game off the bench. And the role players ain't just contributing offensively, they're contributing defensively as well. Derrick Jones Jr., the flexibility he's got on that side of the ball at the wing. Shout out to Chris Dunn, he's been a huge contributor on that side of the ball for them. Hell, in the limited minutes that Nicholas Batum is playing, he's giving them some solid contributions on that side of the ball. And with the now recent addition of Ben Simmons, I think he could be a real good contributor defensively for them. And I like some of the passing versatility he provides with some of the lineups on this team. I definitely think he could be a plus overall for the Clippers. But let's be real here, the two players that the Clippers are going to live and die with are Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Let's talk about James first because I think his impact on this team obviously has been the highest among any player on the roster. Harden this year, we're talking about offensive genius. That's what's really carried him throughout the entire season. He's obviously not the James Harden of old, but the reason he's still able to go out there and average 23, 9, and 6 is because the mental, man. The guy is a step ahead of everybody on the court. He's arguably the smartest player on the court every time he steps onto it. The way he's able to manipulate defenses still at this point in his career without the first step that he used to have, without the same whistle that he used to have, not being as good of a finisher on the inside that he used to be. He's still got that tight handle though to be able to create separation on the perimeter at times, especially from behind the arc. The man is shooting 35% from 3 on nearly 9 attempts a game. He's still still one of the best pick and roll ball handlers in the league. There's a reason why Zubac is having a career high season this year. And the attention he's still getting on the perimeter is insane for somebody at this stage in his career. It's not a coincidence that wherever James Harden goes, career seasons for his teammates follow. Whether it's in Houston with Clint Capella, or in Brooklyn with Kyrie having a 50-40-90 season, or Joel Embiid's only MVP season coming with James Harden in Philly. And now we're seeing it with the Clippers, Norman Powell and Zubac having career seasons. It's not a coincidence at this point. It's just the impact of James Harden offensively. He's always able to elevate the guys around him. The only issues with James Harden really just fall on playoff dropping. That's it. When it comes to regular seasons, you could give him a whole bunch of role players. As long as they can space the floor and you got a lob catching big, James Harden's gonna get you 50 wins easy. But that down brings us to the man of the hour, Kawhi Leonard. They counted you out. Hell, I counted you out. I mean, you were looking like a complete shell of yourself to start off the year. Kawhi this season has had an insane turnaround. In the beginning of the season, in his first 15 games, the man was averaging 16 points a game on 46% shooting from the field. Coupled that with around 4.5 rebounds and 3 assists, and like I said, he was looking like a prime Wesley Matthews out there. But since like mid to late February, the switch has been flipped on Kawhi. The man is averaging 25 points a game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists, along with 2 steals on 52, 44, and 79 shooting splits over his last 15 games. The mid-range game is still looking as deadly as ever. He's shooting the 3-ball efficiently, and the handle, my goodness, it hasn't lost a step. I don't know how people are just now realizing that Kawhi Leonard has got a great handle. I mean, it's been one of the tightest shits in the league over the last 5 to 6 seasons. The shit is the definition of being on a string, and because he got them long ass hands and arms, nobody ever gonna steal that shit from him. Kawhi is the definition of being at the right place at the right time, because the Clippers are on fire as we speak, and going into the playoffs with momentum can definitely be a huge plus for any team in the NBA. This is a team that lost their best player for a majority of the season and has still found their way to being out of the play-in right now as the 6th seed. They've won 41 games, and as we speak, they are a top 5 defense in the NBA, being 4th in opponents' points per game and 4th in defensive rating. Harden, Norman Powell, and Zubac have done a great job at keeping this team's head above water, and now Kawhi Leonard, if he just stays healthy, all he's got to do is play up to his capabilities, and who knows where the Clippers can go come postseason time. Now, am I picking them to come out the West? Hell the fuck no. But when I look at some of these matchups in the Western Conference, I look at teams like the Lakers, the Rockets, the Grizzlies, and I don't see how the Clippers don't have a chance against teams like that. As we know, the playoffs are all about matchups, and if they run into some favorable ones in rounds 1 and 2, I can definitely see them making a conference finals trip. So shout out to Harden and Kawhi, shout out to Norman Powell, Zubac, and all those dudes out there in LA. Shout out to Ty Lue also. He's done a great job with the roster this year. The rotations have been good, and the fact that he's been able to coach up a top 5 defense in the NBA with the pieces that they have, it's all about team defense, execution, and the right schemes. But as I said earlier in the video, I'm gonna have to still see it to believe it when it comes to the Clippers, all right?
Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you.